What a fantastic start that was from Sentinels here in Masters Madrid. I'm now joined by their coach Kaplan. Now, your attack side, what a masterclass. Zekken, 5 first kills, 5 rounds won. How much of your game plan, your strat book, was relying on the fact that he does get those duels?
I mean, we always look to set him up, but there's plenty of miracles he's pulled out that we definitely can't rely on or predict. So, we never look too hard to enable one guy. We just look at the big picture of the strategy. How do they play? How do we play? What do we need to do to beat him?
Well, you can't stop him if it looks like. But congratulations on the first map and best of luck on the second one.
Thank you very much.
You want that big match feel, you got it right here, folks. A match that certainly, or a map rather, that certainly did not disappoint. Sentinels, they come into this one, Kukuka, in a hostile environment, some might say, but then I also hear the crowd cheering for them too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like, they're feeding off of the energy both teams in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it is something that could not definitely get a lot into their heads, and I think that there were some people supporting them. Both of the halves were defined by the attack, and I think that it's brilliant, the adaptation that we were seeing from both of the teams, and also a little bit of shaky nerves at some points.
Yeah, I thought SEN were going to be honestly just cooked as well. When they lost in the eco round in round 2, round 9 when they had the spike in their possession and they couldn't even keep it from Heretics getting into the post plan and actually winning that one out.
Yes.
It was looking pretty much done and dusted, but the attack side was where they all came alive for both of the teams, like we said. And honestly, the macro play, the macro call in John QT, big indicator of that one. But of course, got to give credit to Zekken versus Miniboo. These guys basically playing identical roles in terms of their position of trying to be those entry players and being set up to succeed. And they were going toe-to-toe, but look at that first blood percentage of Zekken. I mean, 31.8%, converting on most of those into round wins as well on their attack side. I mean, this kid is for real. I said one of my hot takes at the beginning of this was that at the end of this tournament, Zekken is going to look like the best player in the world. And I think that
I thought that it was the TenZ was going to improve his...
Well, that too.
That
was another hot
several
take.
ones.
Was that
TenZ just says a lot of things.
TenZ is going to break his record.
And one of them might land, right?
Yeah, and then Zekken is going to be the best player in the world. So one of them might land, maybe. But, I mean, we're well on the way for one of those to happen. TenZ started the match with a bloody ace. So, I mean, listen, anything can happen.
I mean, what a way to come out here. But I think, though, for the Heretics, there is, that there certainly wasn't going to be an easy match for them, not by any stretch of the imagination. But to see this team newly formed really has proven to me this squad is the real deal. This isn't like shenanigans over in the NBA. No, this was the real deal. This squad can play.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not that, they were completely obliterated. The ideas were still there. Sentinels just came on top. I think that Sassy had very important late rounds. I think that also what we saw in the graphic is that even though Zekken was getting those kills, he wasn't doing that much damage during the round because Miniboo was, staying alive for longer because his role, even though it's the same, is a bit different in the macro style from both of them teams. Now, looking into Sunset, things are going to be very similar for the side of Heretics.
Oh, yeah.
Bren, you were saying it, probably the reason why Sentinels wants to go into this maps is because of that neon.
I'm excited for this map. Now, I'm not going to use the same term that I used earlier, but I am very excited for this Sunset map because you're looking at one of the best maps again for both of these teams for similar reasons. And I did point it out in the pre-show.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about this in a second, though. We do want to hear from the coach on the other side of the field for the Heretics, Yinsu, standing by.
Heretics are about to take the stage again, but first I'm joined by their coach, Neozinho. Now, map 1 defense, a little bit shakier from you guys. Zekken seemed to cause a lot of problems for you, so how do you think you should be dealing with him going on to map 2?
Honestly, for us, it wasn't about them on their attack. It wasn't even individually. So I'm not even thinking about how we deal with Zekken. Like, we completely threw that defense ourselves. We were not proactive enough. We let them execute on us. So next game, we just need to focus on ourselves. Go in, be more disruptive because we were taking really good aim Joes on attack. We were sticking to our fundamentals, and that's why we were winning. And that we played a little bit scared, but that's fine. So that's what we're going to do next game. We're going to play how we want to play and be more proactive and take aim duels because we cannot aim them, and we showed it in the first half. So,
I mean, Neil, you come back from these positions before. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see if you can indeed do it.
They feel confident in those aim duels, and they have a good reason to be.
Yeah, I mean, did you see those Sherris? Like the shots coming from Benji, from Boo, from literally anybody in this.
That's a bold statement to say against Sentinels, though.
Exactly, right? But we saw it on the stage, and of course, we see the crowd going crazy for them, celebrating, giving them cheers when they most need them. And of course, coming into this second map in Sunset, it has to be the same coming from them.
Yeah, I think that proactivity being called out by Neozinho was honestly spot on. I think, nail on the head with that one, because it's one of the part of the reasons why Heretics is such a scary team, is those aggressive plays. I mean, I pointed it out, you know, before we got into this match, but it's working off with the double flash setups when they play that Gecko and the KO comp as well, and setting up Mini Boo for success. They weren't doing that on the defense side of Lotus. They were really just letting them have free reign, playing really quite far back, and they allowed Sentinels to get back into the action.
Just a side note real fast, want to let everyone know at home here that after this match is done, we are going to have the Swiss Round 2 draw show immediately after the post-match interview today. So after the interview, make sure you stick around because there's going to be more to talk about. But Kukuka, what you got?
Exactly, because tomorrow we need some matches, right?
And we need some matches.
Exactly, we need some winners tomorrow. No time to send anybody home just yet. But yeah, going back and picking up what you were saying, Bren, about those double flashes, probably, and thinking about Sunset now, that is what we're going to get from the side of Sentinels if nothing changes coming into this tournament. We also mentioned the short window of time before coming here to Madrid, and I think that maybe one of the keys for Heretics coming into this Sunset might be tweaking a little bit of those things, because I'm not sure and I'm not sold on the KO Sova on almost any map. Like that
yeah, I know you're very against the KO Sova, and I totally
like them
understand.
separate, you know, but I don't like them together.
It is pretty slow. I mean, when you run that, I think Sentinels, they like to run the very similar comp that we saw earlier today, which HyperX are running on Sunset. I mean, they essentially, I think they stole it from HyperX as well, from scrims when they were playing in Korea. But they play really well. I mean, their retakes with the comp is incredibly strong. They understand this necessity for like fighting over that extremity control, using the double initiator at times for that. And so this is a really good map for both of these teams.
Yes.
I'm just itching now to get into this agent select so I can see, are there going to be any alterations? I don't think there will be. Both of these teams haven't had as much time to really chop and change a lot of their game plans. And both of these teams are very confident on this map, so I can't imagine they would have changed much.
And you heard Neil. I mean, I think you're right, Brent. They're just going to play their game. I really think that.
I think everybody says that.
Everyone says it, but I genuinely believe it here, though.
It's not that they won, it's that we lost, you know. But I think that is the kind of no. But
gotta have that
being honest, that is kind of the mentality that puts you through the next match. The fact that everything is in your hands. It's not that you're getting outplayed. Is that actually you step on your own toes.
Yeah, and not to say anything about Neil, but I always call it the delusional confidence that you have to have all the time, no matter what the circumstances are.
Being the Lulu is the Salulu. Right?
But yeah, there's certainly going to be a lot of tension on that stage in a little bit once we get into the matchup, but we are waiting for the agent select, slight delay. So we'll jump into the match, or excuse me, we'll jump into agent select as soon as that is available.
I don't know if I'm being baited there. I mean, I saw Sova maybe getting hovered on one of the monitors.
I mean, if
I don't.
Maybe on the side of Heretics?
Yeah.
Did you recognize the jersey?
I think it was the Heretics players, yeah.
Maybe we're not going to be seeing the changes. You were talking about John QT also as well. Boo on the other side. I think that, you know, that head-to-head is something that we need to take into accountability here.
And agent select is through, and you can see, once again, Heretics locking in that Sova KO.
Yeah, not a big fan. I think that it relies also a lot into how they set up Boo and how that's going to work. I think that Benji in the past has been very predictable with the utility that he uses on Cypher now that they're starting here on the defense. So I think that is something that Sentinels might be able to exploit.
Yeah, full steam ahead, looking at that proactivity of Heretics, how they set up Mini Boo for success, how he's going to be taking these fights as well, and whether Sentinels are going to be ready for it. If they've got protocols in mind, they're going to be playing positions in anti-flash, trying to bait out the util, bait out those positions to try and punish them. That's going to be a really important key for Sentinels here.
The tension is on. This is it. You know Heretics don't want to go out 2-0 here after one hell of a run in EMEA kickoff. And for Sentinels, a 2-0 victory here would be a statement for them.
And not only that, going back into the international stage, imagine if they make it again to the finals at least without dropping a single map after the insane kickoff that they had.
That would be absurd. But that is for the future. For now, though, let's live in the present and send it over to your casters. Of course, it's the tag team stylings of Pansy and Hypoc.
GB is always so nice to us. He gives us those nice throws there, Mike. What do you make of them?
He missed a Spanish pun, though, up on the...
I think he actively chose.
Interesting choice.
Although I did like the Delulu comment from Kukuka there. That was pretty solid. And yeah, maybe Niels is a little out of it right now. But I think there was some sort of value in what we were saying, because it kind of went back to us going, I want them to be proactive. We want them to take those fights. But then there is that case of, okay, but just go and diff Sen, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
We can never get away with saying things like that. Like, oh yeah, Heretics through that second half. But I don't want to accredit it all to that. Yes, you could tell that. I mean, I feel like they got locked out of it so early on.
Yes.
And then I guess it does become a confidence issue of then you have to justify, you know, Mini Boo running it down or sending him out on a mission to try and find his opening engagement. When Zeken's already, statistically, he's dominating that game from the get-go in the second half.
Here we go, folks. Second map here. Lotus was 13-9. Sentinel's choice and Sentinel's win. And it's a brave pick to come in here. On this map, Sen have looked pretty solid to my eye on this one. HyperX a little less tape, but some decent results. Taking down some big names over in EMEA, but again, Sentinels look very sharp this time, and Benji Fish is in a lot of trouble. He's actually re-swung the smoke, though. So happy to challenge, and every time we talk about it, everyone just disrespects those smokes on B market. You need that follow-up presence.
Absolutely do. Zelsis will get the plant. Actually taking a ton of damage through here.
Where was he taking damage?
I don't know, but this paint shell's perfect for Zeken to follow up on.
Yeah, that's not bad, and that's a great bit of damage. Securing the clotheslines, but Miniboo right back into it, biting back. Now, 3v2, noting only one of the players here.
Look at the HP for Zelsis.
One and done at best, right? Surely, you can see them trying to play together.
Done.
Love that. Love that push and pull. Miniboo gonna fall for it, but there's the overwhelm. The HP gonna reign supreme here. That's gonna be the defuse coming through for HyperX, dealing with the absolutely almost insurmountable amount of casualties over in market, right? That was just the bloodbath.
I mean, the paint shell's perfect, but Miniboo sliding in, unannounced here, finds the response necessary. Sassy, unfortunately, not even really able to have a say in this. Look at Miniboo's HP as well, just outside the fragment. Zelsis found one before falling, but like you said, the HP almost decided that.
How can you not love Benji Fish here as well?
Yeah,
Such a
really hard not to.
Yeah, genuinely great to see him at this stage. So pumped up. But hey, we've already seen it doesn't really matter how many rounds you get on one half. Sentinels have that capability to bring back anything, so don't worry too much about the pistol. But there's a buy behind this. Stingers are plenty, Sheriff, and a full sight hit coming in. You can already see they've had to respect this enough. That Shock Dart could have done a bit of chip damage, and I think it might have caught a couple on the way, but the plant is in.
So yeah, I was going to say, Sentinels sticking to these very close proximity positions. HyperX have to weigh out these smokes. Drown will come through, but Sentinels now are going to approach this after giving up a lot of this side. Zeken, though, to open things up.
That was so well played. Between the two of the flashes coming through. Oh, that was outstanding. Making those stingers work and trying to break the back line. It's brutal, but Miniboo let off the leash just a little. Closing it back to this 2v2, but the defuse needs to be the next port of call. You can already see them getting towards halfway. The spray not enough. The reveal! And the death for John QT at the end. Defuse is there. HyperX holding on for a second, but that's deadly. And
that's that sort of post-plant that's very difficult to lock down, you know, spamming stingers into smokes and whatnot. It's really tough to try and close things out. Zeken, I mean, gets everything you could want and more, to be honest, from this position.
I love the double flash kind of combinations we're seeing at the moment.
Mini, so what was this double? What?
Okay, that seems unreasonable, doesn't it? Oh, have a seat.
That second shot is outrageous. Looking to carry across that momentum from the first half. The Sentinels now got planned once again towards B site.
But I like this test towards middle at the same time. Haven't seen too much of an exploration. They've mostly kind of cut in through market, which is very reasonable, but kind of like to see what they're doing here, see if Zelsis can maybe pry some information of what this mid hold looks like, how they can maybe exploit a rotation, if they can pressure top mid potentially. As it stands, there hasn't really been much of attention put towards A either. No real challenge on it. Okay, Miniboo. Fair enough, and Benji Fit.
What?
The timing on that. It still gets
a kill.
Still gets it.
Down to 5 HP though.
Yeah, he's going to have to depend on the others to kind of pick up the slack, which is exactly what he's doing.
Sentinels unable to find a way in just yet, but expected a double satchel with Zeken. Boasting a shorty right now. Look how deep, I was going to say, look how deep HyperX are though.
Rienz could be vulnerable, maybe.
See the pings coming through towards market. HyperX actually catching a shot there as well, so forced off the angle.
I was waiting to see if Zekken was just going to let it rip, just fly in there, but allowing for the plant to come in. Heretics happy to bide their time. Still going to wait for Boo to come back over to an extent as well. Paranoia gets posted, and that's when it's time to strike. Zekken does so well. Takes down Rien's, but the trade comes out. Benji Fishy barely alive, but still finding value. 10 still standing, 20 HP. That's a lot to ask for, even for him, but there we go. Boo is there. It may not be pretty, but it's round 3.
There's a chance for Sentinels to get things done there, but Heretics with a course correction. Close things out, a 3-0 start. Like I said, don't want to talk about that too much of what happened in the first map, but it's off to a good start here on Sunset. That break in between maps has allowed them to just catch their breath, bring their confidence back to this. Sentinels have got a lot of ultimates coming up here. Key being the showstopper here for Zekken. On the side of things, no command away for Patitech. Miniboot position as well, might even get aggressive here with seeing him up against the spawn barrier.
They can have a scrap on it. Yeah, they absolutely are. And there's intention behind it, that being Miniboot. Pressuring much deeper. Gonna force Sentinels to have to re-clear this with a little bit more kit.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see them do on the previous map. Take some of this space away. Don't give Sentinels the freedom. Sentinels have re-cleared this so very quickly. Decisively as well. Look at the mini-map. Everyone from Heretics has resorted back to a deep position already.
That's scary though. Does Zekken just go? Does he wait? Looks like they want to go for it yet. Does Boo manage to survive? Catching a couple of flashes, the TP taken, and the ult not gonna land completely. Rienz keeps his life. Sen have the site though, and we look for the retake. Miniboo already clearing through middle quite quickly, but look at Zekken's position. Just on the other side of that smoke though, left and right, he could be in danger. How much damage can one man do? Zekken checks his corners. Heads up work from him and gets out of danger. Beautiful work from him. Really disrupting this retake now.
Glimpse of Rienz as well here, but down to 27 FC, spammed out. Miniboo will find the kill here, but the lineup, Miniboo finds a second.
He's still going. Tens goes down, it's on John QT. And he can't even see the defuse right now. He can't stop it. There's so many bodies. Surely not. Surely not. He's still going. Halfway achieved. It's not everything. Rienz is low. Maybe. Oh, heartbreak. The time. He's absolutely got it. Miniboo, the saving grace of Heretics here.
Little touch and go with how confident Heretics swing back onto that retake, but came right down to the wire. Miniboo able to stabilize, so John QT with a chance at an outrageous clutch.
God, he tried. Look at this one. Beautiful work from John QT. You almost kind of egging him on at that point, but again on the other side.
Yeah, look at where Miniboo comes off there. Oof. The Sentinels to pump the brakes here at 4-0 start on Sunset.
And what a disparity to map 1 where they'd never pumped the brakes like that, Mike. Even after that first half, full faith in the second, knowing what was going on. Maybe feeling what they're seeing wasn't what they're expecting, or maybe just wanted to touch base on what's going on.
The timeline very indicative of the game plan here for Heretics. So it was their detriment on the first half, but now where they are conceding space, they are succeeding in the retake. Postplan's not looking as comfortable here for Sentinels. Only really shown presence towards mid once, nothing towards A site whatsoever, really. Well, that's what's being discussed now. Start exploring the map elsewhere. But the concern being now, I guess with the pendulum swinging back in Heretics' favour, they do continue to take the space away, be a little more proactive. Niels did say that was, I guess, kind of their downfall on Lotus. If they're looking to dial into that.
And if you're going to add maybe a little bit more credit to it, Miniboo on 8-3 is certainly going to help things, right? You're talking about confidence. He's doing very nicely. Obviously, Zekken, he's 5-4. He's not particularly having a bad start, but it's...
Got a showstopper already as
well.
Yeah,
exactly. It's, again, keeping it within context. It's not like anyone's having a terrible performance from Sentinels, but in this map so far, Miniboo is really doing quite nicely, being in the right place, right time, not feeling like he's been caught out anywhere. And again, if you are Heretics, you will be predicting that Sentinels are probably going to try at least maybe an A site take, maybe get that proactive beginning again, could be a good look. Let's see if anyone's going to get contact on the knife from either side. get dealt with. So Zelsis is going to have to peel away from that with a limited amount of info. Yeah, first real test towards A here, Mike.
Interesting though, after the knife. 2 members of Heretics creeping up.
Miniboo better rotate now.
Yeah. So it might get played out this round if it did continue with that flank, but just going to leave Benji posted up a little deeper. Sentinels poised outside A. Boo got to be careful as well, he's semi-committed.
Yeah, they're creeping really close. They're ahead of that smoke. And yeah, there we go. Needs to get out of there. Ult on the way. Dealt with in unison, because Heretics are here because of that deep push up from Benji Fishy, holding the entirety of that B space. They have the players here, so do they pull the plug? 50 seconds? Do they continue along this trajectory? The knife going to find nothing, so they know they're not particularly playing sight. May need to be a bit careful of sight itself, but they don't have a springboard here. Maybe depending on John QT's space that he's finding?
He's not going to find anything through mid or through the door. So I think Sentinels are committed towards this now. A ton of blinds
really
coming through here, yeah.
They got to use it though. They got to take that space that was given to them off the back of the flashes. Second going to try and make it work, but it's Boo. Big deny. 10 still going to be holding on to this though, keeping a little bit of space safe. But look at this, they flooded back towards the site. There's a very limited amount of utility left on Sentinels to make this work. And 13 seconds now, they've still got to clear the 2 boxes. They have no idea about Boo. Cleared out by Zelsis. Good trade from Miniboo. But Sentinels, the last hurdle, can't make it count. Rienz is there, sweeping through the site. John QT brought to his knees. Heretics making it up to 5.
Sentinels don't even get the spike down this round. Found success doing it elsewhere in every other round. And this audible coming out of the timeout, not working at all. Rienz looking crispy on that 3K. Heretics in total control of the start of map 2. Asking a similar sort of question once again. Them to dig deep and bounce back here. Managed to recover, what, an 8-4 half after an awful start.
Look at this adjustment from Heretics, though. Checking towards middle. Zelsis. Oh, look. Oh, Boo's in the right place at the right time, and they've handled middle. This was the adjustment. Heretics weren't just going to run it back every single time. Zelsis leaps into the loving arms of Boo, leaving just Sassy alive in a 1v4. He might get a plant, but beyond that, it would be a miracle. Can this man make it happen? Position spotted. Unable to make use of the util. Spots another. Sassy is in danger. And what a bloody round from Heretics that was. The adjustment in middle, Mike. They read it to a T.
Absolutely. Dialed in right now. I blinked, I didn't see what happened.
That being dialed in?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
EMEA. Can't trust him anyway, can you?
I'm curious now, Sentinels feelings if they have any tangibles, really. And a little concerning coming into round 7. I mean, it's always concerning to see this, but we're at round 7. Both timeouts used by Sentinels. I feel like we're digging pretty deep now in terms of responses, but just haven't seen any success so far. It's a lot more one-sided. So there was an exchange at the start of Lotus. Heretics the ones to really get in control of the pace and the tempo. Well, behind Miniboo, I should say, on their attacking half, but very few positives here for Sentinels.
No, I think, again, the way the tempo's been set, the kind of ebb and flow of the game, when you're talking about even just that B main control, how it's just been so detrimental for Sentinels. They haven't been able to get those rotations in the right pace. They haven't beaten Heretics to the right side, really. We've seen almost every time Heretics perfectly positioned. We saw it on not the round before, the one prior to that with that A-take, that they had, well, I think 4 players there. Benji Fishy was pushed up towards B main, eventually joining them through middle. They've had great reads, so Sentinels unable to really keep much subtlety to this. And again, you look at the effect of the economy, it's now starting to really weigh heavy. A quiet impact from 10s as well. Not quite able to have some of that form. We've seen him, honestly, really shine on this map as well. But not quite in this half just yet. Let's see if there's any adjustments. What's this timeout given us here for Sentinels?
Not even really having the opportunity to pivot much in the mid-round here. With the previous mid-take, that would have been around. You expect to see it, but feeling a little linear, a little all-in on some of these plays from Sentinels. If you just noticed here, able to string together a purchase, but it's a Guardian and a Bulldog for Sassy and Tens. Try their luck once again towards A, but noted previously, Boo in this position once again. Going to find this information very early on.
It looks like Heretic's expecting maybe that top mid presence again, that pressure potentially. But as we can see, that's not the case, so not particularly a long rotation, but Boo does need to play it really quite carefully. Very precarious position here. Willing to stick around, got to be careful. Time to dip, fall away, but he's again costing them a lot of utility. But the one thing I do like is that they've had John QT posted up towards B main the entire time. So this time, Benji Fishy can't be calling that it's completely free and completely safe.
The camera here and 2 trips towards site. Know that nothing's coming through, and actually Miniboo almost controlling the backside of mid here, pushing a little deeper now, but 30 seconds left, and Sentinel's going to have to roll the dice here on the way in. TP's going to come through. It is cancelled.
Did he get pinged by the knife? I don't think he did in the end. Plant is in.
Plant, yeah.
And this is flank on flank. Hello, Miniboo, and goodbye. This is a really good adjustment from Sentinels. What a great call. But can they hold the retake? Benji Fishy does damage on the front line. That's Zelsis. But now breaking the back of this. You've still got Tens, John QT, Zekken, Sassy, all here. That's a very open fight for Sassy. Paranoia gets posted, but getting on that defuse is so tricky. Rien's looking for someone. It's Tens to connect, but oh, what a shot from Rien's! And now just one. Zekken trying to do the dance. And oh, he's still moving. And he's just, surely you've seen him, he's just going to dive in. He's going to get in his face. Beautiful. That's the round they needed. A Red Bull clutch to seal it. But Sentinels played that round perfectly.
No hesitation from Zekken whatsoever. It's up close and personal, but Rien's making a real good go at that.
He's got some sharp aim, that boy, doesn't
crispy
he?
once again. Second time we've seen it this map. Heretics almost pulling off another retake here. A couple of overcommits in my eyes from the Sentinels players. Tucked back in towards B main, but I guess desperate to not give up any control, and maybe just a couple of challenges coming through here to try and run the clock down in that post plant.
I'm looking at the extremity control. Can they, it feels almost like a gamble stack if they don't get that information early, right? No one's now playing deep towards B main control coming out, at least from the Heretic side. They're not going exploring here, expecting once again this mid presence. Now this time it's, I wouldn't say the right read, they've kind of diverted through tiles back towards A. But it does at least allow for a quick rotation. So Sentinel's kind of running this back again. Now last time around they did this, they left kind of Zekken posted late towards that A side, managing to catch Miniboo in the back. But now Boo actually going further on his exploration mission. Got to be careful to not overdo it here, because once again they're being drawn into a very similar fate, but this time with a different commitment of players.
Now Sentinels looking as if they have control of the map here in terms of planting the seeds of doubt. Different setup once again here, yeah. Definitely letting the clock build the suspense in this, but showstopper available now.
30 seconds left.
Zekken potentially to pave the way. Benji Fishy will be tested once again.
Nice angle for Benji Fishy, but that's a problem. There's a rocket.
Oh, it missed.
Wait, how the hell? Have they lined up? Rien's is back here, and he's just doing aim training on him. It's John QT, and it's Zekken.
10 seconds left.
They've got the plant, but this is a lot of work now. 4 players. Miniboo's got kit as well, and oh, the ult.
Barely
no secrets.
I was going to say, barely a 2v4 here with John QT down on 20 HP as well. All the information benefiting Heretics here. Miniboo slides out. Benji Fishy to clean things up.
Nice spacing, nice work between the two of them. They're taking no risks almost in that. They wanted to make sure, because there's always threat with Sentinels individuals. You can't take them lightly, and they didn't. So well played to Heretics there. 7-1 now. Sen, they've now had the answer back to a degree. Those kind of, you know, the fakes are still, I don't want to say working, they are pulling players away, but again, Heretics aren't over-committing to this either.
No, they're not. A tough pill to swallow with Zekken's showstopper not finding Benji Fishy on the way in as well.
That's
Rien's looking to solidify his name here in map 2. coming up crucial in a couple of these rounds now. Sentinels back down to pistols. Sassy and John QT with an ultimate. And the game plan seems a little better here. Almost airtight for Heretics. Now asking Sentinels to be the ones to find a response. The tables have turned from map 1.
The turns have indeed tabled. Mini Boo. Taking a little wonder this time, joined by Boo, who has been feeling some pressure, to be fair. We have been seeing that tested more often.
I think they're anticipating it now. The fact that there's Boo and Mini Boo here.
Like
almost playing into Sentinel's hand.
Stay patient on it, though. There's that re-smoke, and normally we see Dizzy. There it is. Dealt with. All eyes turn. This has been conditioned. Boo might be the sacrificial lamb, but it's Mini Boo to fall. And now Boo's in a bit of a predicament here. He might be screwed. They're flying his way. That's 2 rifles. Panitek quickly makes it over towards sight, but he could get overwhelmed in this scenario.
Oh, just can't suppress in time. From QT follows out, then Sentinels looking to force their way back through here. Fishy and Rian's the last 2 standing. Not a concern in HP bars, but it will be a 2v4 nonetheless.
And if they get slowed down, halted, look who's lurking, look who's lingering. It's Tens with the classic, but it's Tens nonetheless. Oh no! It's fine. Barely did damage, but that did. John QT can take down Benji Fishy, and Rian's live out the... Oh, can you do some of that beautiful aim before? Once more, not this time. Zekken there, okay. Sentinels, it's a thrifty. But it's got them another round. And at this point, they'll take him when they get him. But I like the idea from Heretics here, but it just failed on the landing. Really.
Yeah, execution not quite there. Mini Boo and Boo getting overwhelmed. See if Sentinels can springboard a little bit off that. Still 5-round deficit.
There.
Ultimate's here for Sentinels to play off. Heretics are going to start switching things up now, and so we have had.
Oh, the flash and the push, though. The paranoia could have been good. It was just a bit too deep, and Boo's actually going to lose his life from it. I thought it might have been Mini Boo on the plate, but no. And Rienz catches Zekken, so a strike back, but do they re-go mid? Where the hell do Sentinels go now?
They're still locked out here, all the way towards bottom mid. Re-exploring as they go now, but Heretics defaulting back towards this approach, happy to concede the space.
Ooh.
And the concern being Heretics can remain so active with Benji being the committed anchor.
Mini Boo better time this right.
Looks like he's about to.
Oh, Sassy!
Sassy still holding on to it.
Benji Fishy is screwed here. He's got to find a single fight. And he's got a player to his right here.
Might get it on John QT.
Oh god, this is so rough. He actually might. Yeah, he does. Can he escape in time? There's still so many more players. Sassy still trying to find some value, but it's down to a 2v2. Rienz and Benji Fishy here. You've got Zelsis towards CT. Tens now joins him, plants in. They're trying to time this around the world towards market. Plant for CT as well.
Oh, he's just about to trip it.
The timing of that. And Rienz now gets back, but you don't get to beat Tens like that. They found a window again, Mike. A small opportunity, and they've taken it.
Benji's just so slippery here. Able to do a ton of damage and keep Heretics in that round, to be honest with you. Just half a second, you can see the cogs turning. You got that trip down, maybe an opportunity to lock Zelsis out of that. Sentinels able to get another on the board, though. So they are able to springboard off that second. Zekken one away from a showstopper once again. Heretics now to get a little proactive once more. Some of these pistols doing a little bit of damage. Zekken tagged up.
Back into this, Benji Fishy sticking around. Now, they haven't been really leaving players in this position, so this could be very, very fruitful. He couldn't quite convert the second. Damage on Sassy, but Tens has his number, it feels like. Now, the other danger man is Mini Boo, but he was over towards A. Maybe going to catch something top mid, maybe not. Zels is trying to herd Rienz here, and there he is, spotted. Zels is going to try and keep him away, keep him back, but the spike's on the move.
Newbrick's popped the ult as well. It's looking to go hunting here, but nothing on the side of this now. 45 seconds left. Sentinels stacked up in towards B main. 55 HP for Zekken. He almost wanted to open up with the showstopper. What is this?
This is
30 seconds left.
This is going to be, yeah, there you go, position done. Oh,
body blocked on the way
this
in.
is not good. Oh,
He killed Zelsis!
oh, this is a fumble, and Panatek's got an underhand flash. Couldn't quite convert on it, so fortunately for them, they kind of weathered the storm. But there is still a mini boo, but a 1v3. Make it a 1v2, but the damage down to 32. Can he find a fair fight here? 10 still sitting pretty.
Zekken's holding this, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Nice.
Too sharp.
Very nice positioning. Sentinels.
A little clumsy on the way in there. Body blocked the satchels, and then Zelsis falling to the showstopper. We're seeing them stabilize once more. So you're able to recover to an 8-4.
Jordan, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Don't block.
No, you're not. That was the fakest smile I've ever seen.
Oh, this is good though. This is, hey, that's almost 5 in a row. Almost. See if they can keep this up. It was a weaker purchase for Heretics before, so maybe now with a buy behind them, they can actually make something of this. Same 3-man pack going hunting over towards B main, but it's middle that Sentinels are eyeing up here. Taking over tiles.
Benji's on this deep position once more. Look for maybe an audio cue, or at the very least getting that information nice and early. Body's on the other side of the smoke though for Heretics.
They got a flash. We got anything for this smoke? Well, maybe it's fine for Rien's. Just spams the corner of it. There's going to be Dizzy coming through, so that should be at least one player taken out of this. Rien's in a lot of danger, but his mini boot to keep him safe. Top mid is a blender. Heretics finding that adjustment, but a quick pivot towards that B site. This now will play in Benji Fishy, whose position hasn't been uncovered. As long as Mini Boo can keep their attention on site and make sure they can't filter CT. Can they get that crossfire? Is it Benji Fishy who actually goes for the first contact? Plant's going to come in. And yeah, he swings it. Oh, beautiful shot on Zelsis. There's Mini Boo. That's the spacing you're dreaming of. John QT. A lot of work here. And position revealed. Heretics clawing it back.
Another 8-4 first half here. Heretics in the driving seat once more. Sentinel's going to have to rely on that recovery factor. 2 maps in a row. Beautiful clearance of the smoke here between Rien's and Miniboo, just ahead of that flash.
That's a much nicer half towards the end there. I like the fight back from Sentinels. I'm glad we got to see a little bit more, you know, pep in the step, right? The timeout worked. They found that adjustment because Heretics, I mean, they dominated that pace. They found so much value with that B main control. It allowed so much freedom on the rotations. That's way more confident. That's what we were waiting for from Heretics. Sentinels with a challenge, right? They've been pushed a little more there. This is exactly what we wanted. Little fight back from Sen, but Heretics in control.
It's another fantastic start for Team Heretics, but I'm joined by 2 very, very special guests. It is Benji Fishy's family, his mum Anne and brother Charles. Now, you guys have traveled all around the world to support Benji, but how special is it to be in Madrid among the Team Heretics fans, Alberto? I know they're very, very passionate.
Oh, the Heretics guys are unreal. These guys could be losing 10-0, and you can see them still cheering for their bucket. I can't swear. If I could swear, I would. They'll be cheering for their lives. It's incredible. I love it.
Oh yeah, the atmosphere is great in here. And also, Anne, you know, not a lot of people expected Heretics to make it here. So how proud are you to see that Benji and his teammates are thriving and defying expectations?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so proud of them. They're a new team formed, and they're proving everything against expectations. And hopefully we'll go on and win.
I think you will. If there's anything you can say to him right now, what would you say?
Just that I'm very proud, and let's go. I want your dream to come true and to lift that trophy on the stage.
I can't wait to see it. I think we might just see that, Anne. And lastly, can we get a let's go Benji, everyone, as well?
Yeah. Let's go Benji! Come on, boys!
Let's go Benji, let's go. I Thank you so much, Anne, for joining me, and thank you, Charles, as well. I hope you have a great time here in Madrid, and let's see if Team Heretics, they can make their dream come true and force a map 3.
That was so adorable. That was really cute.
What about wholesome halftime?
Yeah, it must be nice. Support.
Went back to us.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Oh, well, back to the game though.
But I was to say, yeah, let's continue that tone. Surely not again.
Right?
You don't lose 8-4 twice.
No.
I mean, Niels is going to be livid that this is the scoreline coming out of the first. But, I mean, looking a lot more composed, at least this time around. There wasn't, I guess, in terms of rolling the dice and getting aggressive. I thought 10s get run down here.
It could be a bit of pace to this one. It was something that Heretics, you know, they kind of fell a little short. They lost a little bit of that wind in their sail. This time they're going to probably want to keep that up. High tempo, confident, plants in. So 5v5 post plant now. This is where it gets interesting. Mini Boo sticking around. He's the only one on site and maybe looking to just be a nuisance, and he got real close to it then. Managing to avoid
a lot
this.
of time, but
this is
able to
lovely.
get out as well.
That's just a lot of players in one position. Well, they still got Shock Dart here. No one on it, that should be confirmed. Smoke goes back up another tap. Someone's gonna have to start committing on these just in case, but they're willing to risk it. But now the defuse is gonna get started, and Heretics will be doing the damage, but the defuse is still going on. Made to halfway, spams there! 10s, you got a miracle for me now. Not this time, Panitek. Tipping it in their favor in the end, and a flawless start here in the second half.
Shots not landing initially, but finally able to close things out, and the pistol. It feels a little dicey here for Heretics.
I wouldn't be depending on
Spamming
that,
into
mate.
smokes like this with pistols, but
Bloody hell.
able to get it across the line nonetheless, and that quells any early progress for Sentinels on a comeback.
I'm out of here.
Okay, what can they do with the classics? Double flash, make some space. I mean, it's going to kind of tell you where they are and where they are. That's a cheeky little camera. But again, even with the information, unless that hunting pack of players was actually able to find someone, that's going to be very tricky. Heretics still cautious though.
Looking to show presence early towards A as well, something Sentinels didn't do for quite a while.
That's true.
Commented on it being very linear, very readable almost from the hand that Sentinels did show Heretics. So have to see a very different approach here to the defensive half. Come the buy rounds. So yeah, 3 players, Sentinels up towards mid, and it's only really a camera holding things down. We'll confirm the smoke being placed and the drone coming through. Yeah, fighting back in with just Sentinels.
30 seconds left.
Stacked
That's
up
a
here,
big
classics
paranoia.
in hand. Yeah, that is a huge paranoia.
No, Mini Boo eats one on the other side, so you can't quite make anything of it, but it does halt them for a second, but the
What?
Panitek would be pissed. But still, can they make something of this? Not really yet. They're being held at arm's length, which doesn't really allow those classics to get much done. Saucy,
Wow.
okay, fair enough. My bad. I won't. I'll keep my mouth shut.
3 HP left on him. Try and bait on the way forward, but the spacing a little off here. Smoke committed. Rian's going to find that one for free.
And Zelsis, anything for us? They can make it costly. Don't think they can really change the outcome of the round now. No, so that's
Very
a rifle.
costly, actually, yeah.
Yeah, they get out with one, I think. Yep, just Mini Boo making their way with his. So money, sure, going to keep that from swelling, but beyond that, that's about it.
It'll be pretty clean here from Sentinels in round 3. If you are expecting them to string anything together. Well, Heretics now have the benefit, so they can explore the map a little bit. So the purchase sits just 2 sheriffs to round things out, so not looking awful.
No.
Rian's already with early progress towards the Hunter's Fury as well. Let's see if Zelsis down on a Bulldog. On the other side. Ooh,
Tens. Miniboo was jonesing for that. John QT going to start feeling that pressure now. You can see Tens trying to bail him out a little bit, but they're ahead on Pillar. So looking to try and get towards backside here. Need to control CT though, and that's Miniboo's job. Sprays in, shows presence, should allow for plant. Flash goes in, anyone to swing off it. Dizzy there too, and it's going to be Panitek, sends John QT back. Rians to follow up, and with a plant in, they're going to be looking to try and fall back towards main. Panitek gets caught on the way, but still, can they unravel these three players here? Sent back on the site, going to start that defuse. Denied on the first attempt. Benji Fishy with a big shot coming through towards Tens. But look at Sassy, up close, personal, finds Benji Fishy, and it's on Riens now. A 1v2, he's dodging the bullets barely. The spray's good from Sassy, catching him in the end. His ult comes online, and so does Sen in the second half.
Just consider it maybe Heretic slowing things down, exploring the map a little bit, but an explosive hit towards B's site here. Bloodied and battered Sentinels come out with a defuse. Again, Heretics really going to feel the heat too much in terms of the perch. I mean, a Guardian in the hands of Boo, but that Hunter's Fury online now. Battletech encroaching on the null command as well. See the pings here for Heretics. Now they're going to explore the map. A ton of pings over towards mid. An early smoke goes through as well. So they have got their sights set to try and take this. Spycam here, I was going to say, going to spot it out, but...
They've been really loud about this too.
They have, yeah. I mean, it's baiting out a lot of utility here.
It's done what you want almost. And a quick spring
wide open A site.
Couldn't ask for a better reaction. They probably wouldn't believe how much luck they had when they watched this back, at least in the early part of the round. And backfilling the space would be Benji Fishy. Looking to try and keep control of tiles. The plant is going to be in, but he's got a three-man stack walking his way. Got to be very careful to play this right. His team are focused towards CT.
Hunter's Fury preemptive here. Try and find a tag. Now, Benji did get ahead of the tripwire, but he's going to slow down this flank a little bit. An attack comes through.
That's got to be ringing the alarm bells. Benji Fishy is screwed here. He needs to get some help. Boo's got to try and bail him out. Zekken closing the gap. He wants to punish on this. Dizzy going to be sent in as well. Penitek going to find Tens, but Zekken's here. Stunned up, sent back. Boo holds the line. Sentinel side has struggled to make it towards the site. Riens is there too, and it's just Sussy this time. And they're bounding towards him. That's 5 standing. That's flawless. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Heretics looking to close out decisively here.
You can't let Sen in, Mike.
No.
You saw it on map 1. You can't let him in.
Looking so clean here. Everybody from Heretics stepping up, playing their part. Rien's now topping the charts. They looked a little crispy in the first half now, following through. And even just that paranoia earlier on in the round, well, the pressure sent out, forced the rotation so quickly, giving Heretics a wide open sight. Sentinel's just unable to find any sort of steady footing here.
Yeah.
This purchase packing a little bit of a punch. 2 rifles, a couple of sheriffs and a stinger here. This feels a little desperate for Sen to get back into this half.
A little bit of a pause now for Heretics. They've taken over A main. They don't really have much beyond that if you look across the rest of the map. No mid lurk, no late presence towards B. So quite a simplistic hit to an extent, depending a touch on the ults to ferry them forward. And Miniboo now let off the leash. Oh, that's Sassy, look at the assists on that.
Nothing to do
Oh, God, it is so crystal clear cut. That is gorgeous work from Heretics. I don't even blame Sentinels for not being able to hold that site here. That was too well made. And the retake is an uphill struggle here. Looking like a different team now, Heretics, after map 1, where Sentinels were large, in charge, in control that second half. Near on flawless. This time, starting to struggle a bit here. Boo with the early challenge, second. Nice. Trade better. Trade back. No. John QT still going to be trying to fire on all cylinders, leaving it in the hands of Tens. But finding these final 2.
It's not enough time.
Complementary positions as well. Tens knows he's not being given much play here. And you're right. The time has dwindled. And so have Sen's opportunities to try and get a 6th in this round. And it's there. That's Heretics on 12. teeing us up for map 3 on the horizon. Find looking like it's on the cards.
Almost a guarantee at this point. The investment coming through in the previous Sentinels purchase is not going to be pretty here. See Heretics ticking all boxes here.
Only thing he can do is save. or dead. Nice.
Just called him James. That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild. Oh.
Caught
It's
in
only
4K.
it's only one map, boys. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I'd relax a little.
But a positive nonetheless. We
need
talked
it.
about the confidence coming into
Yes.
this.
You can't look at them like you're a Sentinels fan. They said it themselves in those early interviews. You know, they have looked up to these players, but in the server, you can't almost see that name. You got to ignore it. You got to treat them as equals, if not less than you. And right now, they're doing very well at that. But they still need to close out the series. Plenty of chances. And obviously that B main control, high priority here.
John QT almost forced all the way out of this site. Zekken here, try and give some sort of support. Showstopper in the back pocket as well. Heretics another pump and fake here, to be honest. Draw the rotation now, even potentially looking to backstab it as well. He's going to get into market here.
First time they've really put presence towards market, especially with the spike. And kind of feigning towards top middle. Look at that with the owl drone as well, drawing eyes. Miniboo's got a great deal of presence now. Boo trying to pressure towards it. Oh, with a turn from Boo. Get out of here. There's still bodies on the side. Zekken still has that ult. He needs to be able to use it and use it well. The plants come in and Rians is taking down 10s.
Nothing from the Showstopper as well.
No, this is looking clear cut.
Oh.
Another flash. It's just a bombardment of utility. Sarsi, yes, he's made it here. Zekken, yes, still around. Lovely pick up towards Miniboo, but needs a lot more. Tall task, and very few seconds to do it now. Starting to close in, Benji Fishy still standing. Wants this done, wants map 3, and they're gonna get it. Heretics taking us the distance. Ravenous for the 3rd. We all wanted it, and we're gonna get it.
Could not ask for more. Like I said, in a matchup here between two of the teams that have looked the most explosive. We're going the distance, and a response in kind here from Heretics.
This is everything we wanted. Bind is coming up next.